It's Danny and Lexi. Yeah, I mean, there's a little place called Spring Canyon where we live, and it's haunted, actually.
Very. So let's do a history lesson.
Ow.
Lexi and Danny. Okay, so we live in Utah, down by Helper. Well, Helper's where we're going. Restart! Okay, so we live in Utah, and there's this place called Helper, and it's pretty much a big mining town. It's not big at all, but it's a mining town. And before Helper, there was Spring Canyon, which is where we're going, and it was another huge, huge mining town.
And the mine exploded,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, there was a couple of things that had happened there. And anyways, once everybody, like, left the area or died in the area and stuff, it's been very notorious for being haunted, like, really,
Ghost
really
town.
badly.
But it's like, actually, it's legit a ghost town.
Yeah. And, like, Helper's a ghost town, too. And, like, yeah, Helper's one of the most, like, haunted places ever. And it's actually really freaking cool. So we're going up Spring Canyon, and there's a legend of White Lady, and then there's Devil's Playhouse, and the Asylum. Yeah. So
We should show them all those.
yeah, we'll show you guys all of them. Like, we'll get out of the car and walk up to a few of them. Because some of them were just off the road. White Lady.
I'm not walking to Devil's Playhouse, though.
No, not Devil's Playhouse, but we'll go show them the White Lady house.
I mean, I would, but I'm in sandals.
Yeah, me too. And I don't like it, so. So yeah, there's. Okay, so Devil's Playhouse doesn't really have any big.
Hannah!
So anyways, Devil's Playhouse doesn't really have anything like big to it besides it's
Terrifying.
yeah, like there was nothing really. It's just like an old mining building, and I don't know if there's any like freak accidents in there. I'm pretty sure there are and stuff, but
It's creepy.
it's creepy because all the little devil worshippers in Carmi County and Emory County go there to do their little devil worship things.
Yeah.
So it's like creepy in that kind of sense.
So there's Devil's Playhouse. Sorry, I almost hit myself in the face. Devil's Playhouse, the Asylum, and White Lady
Yeah.
that we know of that's up there.
That we know of. And so anyways, the Asylum, which is probably about the second biggest one, is it actually was originally a hospital, but back in the in the olden days, people who were mentally crazy, they would go there because they were sick. So yeah, it was technically a hospital, but considered an asylum just because of all the mental patients, not necessarily all the really sick or hurt patients. And one night, one of the patients went nuts, locked everybody in the rooms, and set the place on fire. And it burned everything down except for like the floor and then like the 4 walls. So there's like the 4 walls and then the floor, and that's it.
It's really weird, but you can like see where different rooms were and everything.
Yeah, and it's like you can like we'll show you when we go walk in it and stuff. The wood frames and everything, they're all black. I mean, pure black. And then there's White Lady, which is probably about like the longest story of Spring Canyon. You know that story better than I do, so you tell it.
Basically, a mom went crazy and killed her kids in the river.
Okay, no, I gotta get a little backstory. So there's this girl, we don't know her name, but she's White Lady, and her husband died in the mine explosion, and he was one of the only people to not be found. So she went nuts, like freaking psycho crazy.
And she had 2 little kids.
She had
This
2
is just what we
kids.
heard, though.
Yeah, this isn't like for sure, but this is like the legend. She went nuts, and she ended up drowning her kids in the river.
In the nearby river, and you can see it where
Yeah.
we live. Where we live.
Where we live.
We live in the river.
Yeah, no, you can see it. Like, we'll show you and everything. There's like the river, and then she actually hung herself from the tree above her house, and it's super, super creepy because, I mean, they've cut down the tree since, but there's a hole in the top of the ceiling from where she said hung herself. And it's super creepy, and how she got White Ladies because there's been numerous reports of if you go up the canyon at nighttime,
You can see like a white lady.
you can see a white lady walking around because she's looking for her husband.
And she's like in a white dress. It's just like a white ghost almost.
So that's creepy. But yeah, it's just like a creepy place, and like literally everywhere you go, there's just like random buildings for no apparent reason.
And then Devil's Playhouse is creepy because if you go in at night and you shine your headlights in the windows, you can see actually
you can see apparitions
humans.
and stuff. It's pretty freaking creepy.
Yeah.
We've done it a couple times, and it's just like you drive up to it, and it's like I want to leave now. So Dum Dum over here spent the night in it one time.
Halloween 2015.
Woo, white girl. Well, tell them that story.
It was in my rebel phase and I was really stupid. So freshman year, I think, right?
Yeah, it was my freshman year.
Was it 2015 in freshman year?
It was 2015 to 16.
Devil's Playhouse on Halloween.
It is super sketch.
Super duper sketch. And like once you see it, it's really creepy. So yeah, that was scary.
Well, tell them what happened.
A bunch of paranormal crap happened. Like a bunch of people I was with woke up with like scratch marks on their back. It would get really warm in certain areas for no reason. And it was October, so it was cold. And like you hear screaming at random points of times. I don't know if it was just my friends messing with us or if it was like actual, but don't spend the night in a haunted building, it's scary.
But it's super creepy because I've been in there once and I don't want to go back and stuff. But there's like random mattresses, like because there's like an underneath part to it.
And chains everywhere.
There's like chains hanging everywhere, and then there's like this one spot, and there's just like random like mattresses and like old stuff. So it's like, yeah, people stay there, but it's just like it's freaky.
And then there's like once you get to the back, there's just this giant hole in the floor, and it's like this little like I don't want to say dungeon, but I want to say like basement area. And it's almost like a cold storage room, but there's a ladder going into it, but the ladder's broken.
And it's pitch black. Like there's no windows or anything. It is pitch black.
And it's just like this hole in the ground.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking creepy. But yeah, no, it's super weird because I mean, like, there's buildings everywhere. Like me and my one friend, we went up Spring Canyon trying to find Devil's Playhouse, and I hadn't ever been up there before, and this was like a couple of years after he had moved away and came back. And stuff. So we ended up hiking like halfway up this mountain to a whole bunch of other just random buildings that are just kind of there and stuff. And then I mean that's like that throughout the whole canyon.
Yep, it's just scary. It's okay though.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky.
So this is what us Carbon County girls do for fun.
Literally.
Go and hunt down ghosts because they're very fun. Oh, there was a yellow Jeep.
Yellow?
I'm gonna buy a yellow Jeep.
That orange bug is just like right over here.
I know, and I wanted it so bad. Is my car still there? Yo, Carl, did you like give me my car yet? I'm just kidding. I really appreciate everything he's doing for me. I just really want my car. You know, if I wanted it, you know, I could just actually be a smart person and go in like it's still there. Wait, right?
Give him a minute to probably like get off work or something.
It is his job.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, is he a mechanic?
Yeah. I don't know if it's still there or not. Okay guys, you see this building right here? This giant long one? That is Devil's Playhouse. Oh goodness. Which doesn't look like much right now, but it's terrifying in the middle of the night.
It's awful. And it's like, see where that hole is? Like, so if you're over this way, the furthest, there's like that random like rectangle underneath everything. That's where like all the mattresses are.
Yeah.
And it's super, super sketch.
So yeah, welcome to this lovely place.
And it's spray painted like crazy, as you can see. It's even
Yeah.
worse on the inside.
True.
So yeah. There's Devil's Playhouse.
Enter only once. So yeah, there's Devil's Playhouse, guys. Up in the middle of nowhere. Welcome to Utah.
You ready for the next one?
Yep.
This is a white lady house. And as you can see, the river was just right there. Say hi. And we're gonna go in. And there's a mysterious hole. Pretty creepy, huh? Yeah. And bam. Super sketch.
Very sketchy.
There's a shoe if you want it too. So, yeah, and you can see there's crosses and stuff over there. There's more houses up that way, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and look at this. It's in the middle of nowhere. Creepy. So yeah. Next one? So this is the hospital and or asylum, whichever you prefer. Asylum. I prefer asylum too. And this is pretty much just what it is now. Pretty much is. But like you can see all the windows are all burnt. You can see there's a really good one somewhere. Here we go. Look. It's all burnted. There's rooms back here, which I don't like it back here, but I'll shine the camera back here. And yeah, that's pretty much all it is. And supposedly when you come here at night, you're supposed to be able to see the patients in their windows. It's kind of the whole legend of it.
Hi guys.
Hi. Oh look, someone's nice. So here's your little daily reminder stuff. I have a picture of that on my Visco.
Me too.
Yep. And a smiley face. So. Yep. That's Spring Canyon. It's super cool.
Now we're gonna go to Consumers.
Yep, going up Consumers now. So, yeet!